South Korea has shifted from rescue to recovery efforts after a Jeju air crash at Muan Airport killed at least 179 people and 2 were rescued. Flight 7C-2216 barely landed, veered off the runway and erupted in flames, leaving only the tail intact. Protective suited workers and soldiers combed through the area while excavators cleared debris. The plane arriving from Bangkok with 181 people on board left only 2 survivors, both crew members. Officials presume the remaining passengers perished in the fiery disaster. The acting president of South Korea has visited Muan following the Jeju air crash. At an emergency meeting, he pledged full government support to address the disaster. Ministry records stated that the crash marks South Korea's worst airline accident in nearly 30 years and could become its deadliest. South Korea's acting president has also declared a 7-day national mourning period beginning on December 29th, following the Muan plane crash. He expressed condolences to the victims' families and designated Muan as a special disaster zone, which will enable state support. He pledged resources for recovery, aid to families and medical care for the injured, instructing agencies to mobilize all necessary personnel and equipment. The South Korean transport minister has pledged to mobilize all resources for swift rescue efforts and to manage the aftermath of the southern airport accident. Offering apologies and condolences to the victims' families and the public, he acknowledged his responsibility as the aviation overseer. He assured that the government would conduct a thorough investigation into the cause of the tragic incident. South Korean authorities and investigators are examining bird strikes, as well as other technical and weather factors as possible causes of the crash. Egypt has extended heartfelt condolences to South Korea for the victims of the Jeju air crash near Seoul, which resulted in numerous fatalities and injuries. In a statement issued by the Egyptian Foreign Ministry, Egypt expressed solidarity with South Korea's government and people, offering deep sympathy to the victims' families and wishing for a swift recovery for all the injured. South Korea's former president, Yoon Suk-yeol, has expressed condolences in a Facebook post following the deadly plane crash at Muan International Airport in South Jeolla province, calling the incident devastating. Yoon expressed his heartbreak and extended sympathies to the victims and their families. He urged the government to prioritize rescue efforts, ensure the safety of emergency responders, and provide full support to those affected. Yoon also pledged to stand with the people in supporting a swift recovery from the tragedy. Boeing has extended condolences and confirmed that it has been in contact with Jeju Air following the crash of Flight 7C-2216. The plane that crashed in Muan, South Korea, was a Boeing 737-800. It was carrying 181 people from Bangkok and was attempting to land around 0000 hours GMT at the airport in the southern part of the country. Chinese President Xi Jinping has offered condolences following the South Korean plane crash that claimed nearly 180 lives. In a telegram to South Korea's acting president, Xi expressed shock at the scale of the tragedy, according to the state-run CCTV. Speaking on behalf of the Chinese government and people, he extended deep sympathies to the victims and their families, wishing them a swift recovery.